Welcome to the course on advanced power electronics. So we'll cover today AC to DC converters. So first we'll cover single phase AC DC converters, and this is the classification of this AC to DC converters. We classified into two categories: single phase and three phase. And then single phase we can classify again uncontrolled, semi-controlled, and fully controlled. And uncontrolled we have a half wave, full wave bridge, and voltage doubler. And semi-controlled we have a half wave, full wave bridge. And fully controlled we have a half wave, full wave bridge, dual half and dual full and dual bridge. Then in three phase also we have uncontrolled, semi-controlled, and fully controlled. And uncontrolled we have a half wave, full wave bridge and multiple. And semi-controlled we have a half wave, full wave bridge. And fully controlled converter we have a half wave, full wave bridge, dual half, dual full, and dual bridge. And we have a multiples and dual multiples converter. So coming to the applications of AC to DC converters, these are typical application in home appliances like a vacuum cleaner. Then we have a typical in cordless telephones. Then DC motor control. Then household appliances like electric rice cooker. Then washing machine, air cleaner. Then battery chargers, switch mode power supplies of the computers, like then used for charging the batteries, large battery banks. And coming to now classification of single phase AC to DC converters. So starting with single phase half wave uncontrolled AC DC converter, this is the half wave. We have just a one diode, normally used for low power rating. And then we have a full wave with the, of course in full wave we require center tape, so we need the transformer. Of course transformer can be used to reduce the voltage also. And normally in output also, not only resistive, we have the filters, maybe different kind of filter like capacitor filter, LC filter, CLC filter before the load. Then full wave, single phase, uncontrolled AC DC full bridge converter. Then the single phase voltage doubler. This voltage doubler depends on the typically the connection. We can have a input even from 120 or even from 240. Then the single phase half wave semi-controlled AC DC converter. Then your full wave semi-controlled converter. Then semi-controlled bridge converter. Then single phase fully controlled half wave converter. Then single phase fully controlled full wave converters. Then single phase fully controlled bridge converter. Then single phase full control half wave dual converters, which can have a current direction in both the direction as well as voltage can be also bidirectional. Then your single phase fully controlled full wave dual converter. Then single phase fully controlled dual bridge converter. So coming to classification of three phase AC DC converter. So we have a three phase half wave uncontrolled converter. Then three phase full wave uncontrolled AC DC converter. Here we have to convert three phase into six phase, and then we use the two sets of three single phase with the interphase. Of course, we are able to force every diode to conduct 60 degree out of 360 degree. Then we have a three phase bridge uncontrolled AC DC converter. Then three phase half wave semi-controlled converter. Then three phase full wave semi-controlled AC DC converter. Then three phase semi-controlled bridge converter. Then three phase half wave converter. Then three phase fully controlled full wave converter. Then three phase fully controlled bridge converter. Then three phase fully controlled half wave dual converter. Then three phase fully controlled full wave dual converter. Then three phase fully controlled dual bridge converter. So now coming to analysis and performance parameters of these AC DC converters. So the average output voltage is VDC and the average output current is IDC. Then the output DC power is PDC equal to VDC into IDC, and RMS value of output load voltage VRMS, and RMS output current is IRMS, and the output AC power AC equal to VRMS and IRMS. And then the efficiency of rectifier PDC equal divided by PAC, and the effective value of the AC component in output DC voltage, that is under root VRMS minus VDC square. And form factor VRMS upon VDC, and ripple factor is VAC upon VDC, and ripple Of course, this can be defined in VRMS upon BDC square minus 1 square root of that, or under root FF, that is a form factor minus 1, and transformer utilization PDC upon VSIS. So coming to performance of your typically, you can call it full bridge control converter. So as phi is the angle in fundamental component of input current and voltage called displacement angle. So that is dPf equal to cos phi. That is fundamental power factor, and harmonic factor of the input current defined as IS square minus IS1 square upon IS1 to power half, or in bracket IS upon IS1 square minus 1 to power half, where IS1 is the fundamental component of input supply current, and both IS1 and IS are expressed in RMS. The input power factor is defined as power factor equal to Vs IS1 upon Vs IS into cos phi, and the crest factor, which is a measure of peak input current, IS peak, as compared with its RMS value IS, is often of interest to specify the peak current rating of the device and component. So this crest factor is IS peak upon IS and harmonic factor is a measure of distortion of the waveform. It is also known total harmonic distortion. So if the input current IS is purely sinusoidal, IS1 equal to IS, and the power factor equal to displacement factor, that is cos phi 1, and the displacement angle phi become the impedance angle, phi equal to tan inverse omega L upon R for RL load, and the displacement factor is often known as your displacement factor. An ideal rectifier should have efficiency 100%. So Vs equal to 0, Rf equal to 0, T transformer utilization equal to 1, and harmonic and TAD equal to 0, and power factor equal to displacement factor, that is 1. Now coming to single phase uncontrolled converter. So these are the typical, you can just see with R load, with the RL load, and with the typically you can call it with the LC filter, and then the RLE load, then your filling with the filling diode, then filling diode with the LC filter, and then typically your filling diode with RLE load. So single phase uncontrolled with the typically with the resistive load, with the RL load, and then with the LC filter and with C filter. So you can have a different kind of application with different kind of filter. Then coming to single phase uncontrolled with resistive load, then with your RL load with capacitive filter, with your RL load or resistive load with inductive filter, and with the inductive R load with LC filter, and then your RLE load. Now coming to the analysis single phase uncontrolled half wave converter, as you can see here. So you can see the input waveform and the output load voltage and the load current, and that typically the diode voltage. So coming to the analysis, the average output voltage VDC equal to 1 upon T 0 to T VL T into dt. So for VL equal to 0 for T by 2 to T, so VDC is 1 upon T 0 to T by 2 Vm sin omega T dt, and that becomes minus Vm upon T omega cos omega T by 2 minus 1. The frequency of the source F equal to 1 upon T and omega equal to 2 pi F. So VDC equal to Vm by pi, that is 0.318 Vm, and IDC equal to VDC upon R, that is 0.318 Vm upon R. So and VRMS equal to, in bracket 1 upon T 0 to T VL squared T into dt under root, and the RMS value of periodic waveform is defined of VRMS in bracket 1 upon T 0 to T by 2 VL squared T into dt की power half equal to Vm by 2 or 0.5 Vm, and IRMS equal to Vm upon R equal to 0.5 Vm upon R. So now coming to PDC equal to 0.318 Vm square divided by R, and PS equal to 0.5 Vm square upon R. So efficiency is 0.318 Vm square divided by 0.5 Vm square. So efficiency comes 40.5, and form factor 0.5 Vm divided by 3.15, so it becomes 1.57 or 157%, and ripple factor is 1.57 square minus 1, that becomes 1.21 or 121%, and RMS voltage of transformer second is Vs equal to under root 1 upon T 0 to T Vm sin omega T square dt and to power half, and that is Vm by root 2 equal to 0.707 Vm. RMS value of the transformer secondary current is same as the load, so Is equal to 0.5 Vm upon R, and typically the volt ampere rating of the transformer is V equal to Vs Is equal to 0.707 7 Vm into 0.5 Vm by R, and transformer utilization factor is PDC upon VSIS. So putting a value, it comes 0.286 or 28.6%. And peak blocking voltage PIV is VM, IS peak is VM upon R, and IS 0.5 Vm upon R, and crest factor is IS upon I. So that becomes 1 upon 0.5, that is 2, and power factor is PSC upon VA. So putting value comes 0.707. Now taking a typically RL load, as you can see, so with the effect of inductive filter, typically current try to flow little longer period up to not only pi but it goes up to beta, and you can just see the typically the resistance drop as well as the typically the current and the inductor voltage drop in the last waveform. So now coming to during the diode conduction, the circuit is defined by Kirchhoff's voltage V equal to VR plus PL, that is Ri plus LdIdt equal to root 2 Vm sin omega t to root 2 V sin omega t, and I omega t equal to root 2 V upon Z in bracket sin omega t minus pi plus sin pi to e to power minus omega t upon tan pi, and where V is the RMS AC supply voltage, and sin beta minus pi equal plus sin pi to power beta divided by tan pi equal to 0. So value of the mean rectified current in the output is I0 equal to 1 upon 2 pi 0 to beta I d omega t, and Ig equal to root 2 V upon 2 pi R in bracket 1 minus cos beta, and the mean output voltage given by V0 equal to 1 upon 2 pi 0 to beta root 2 V sin omega t d omega t, that is I average into R, that is root 2 V upon 2 pi into 1 minus cos beta. Now VRMS, the output RMS voltage and current, so VRMS equal to 1 upon 2 pi 0 to beta root 2 V square sin square omega d omega t, and it becomes like V in bracket 1 upon 2 pi beta minus half sin 2 beta to square root, and IRMS is V cos phi upon R in bracket 1 upon 2 pi in bracket beta minus sin beta cos beta plus phi divided by cos phi to power half, and equal to V upon Z in bracket 1 upon 2 pi in bracket beta minus sin beta cos beta plus phi upon cos phi to power half, and you can say load impedance angle with versus extension angle. How it really goes with the pure resistive load, how with pure inductive load, and in between the two, like, and how the variation of typically normalized mean output voltage versus omega L upon R. So now form factor come FV VRMS upon V, that is in bracket pi in bracket beta minus half sin 2 beta square root of that divided by 1 minus cos beta. So for resistive load when beta equal to pi, the form factor reduces to 1.57, and ripple factor is therefore under root form factor square minus 1 equal to 1.21. So for resistive load, the voltage and current form factors are equal, and power factor is power divided by apparent power. So putting IRMS square R upon IM into V, so putting the value, it comes like your mu into cos phi. Now coming to typically here single phase half wave with RL load and freewheeling diode. So putting a freewheeling diode when input diode, this does not allow the negative voltage to appear, but whatever energy is stored, it remains circulating. Stored in inductor, it remains circulating, and the current remain kind of continuous, as you can see in the last kind of waveform. So now coming to mean output voltage, V equal to IOR 1 upon 2 pi 0 to pi in root 2 V sin omega t d omega t, and V0 equal to root 2 V upon pi equal to 0.45 into V equal to I0 R, and RMS load circuit voltage VRMS is given. VRMS is equal to under root 1 upon 2 pi 0 to pi root 2 V sin omega t square d omega t equal to V upon root 2, that is 0.71 V. The output ripple voltage VRI equal to under root VRMS square minus VO square, that is 0.45 into V, and form factor VRMS upon VO, that is 1.57, and the ripple factor is VRI upon V, so under root form factor minus 1, that is 1.211. So after the large number of AC cycles, the steady state load current conditions are established, and from Kirchhoff's voltage law, the load current is defined LdIdt plus Ri equal to root 2 sin omega t for 0 to 2 pi, and for filling diode LdI/dt plus Ra equal to 0, that is from pi to 2 pi, omega t equal to pi to 2 pi. So during the period 0 to pi, when the freewheeling diode current is given by IDF equal to 0, the supply current is the load current given by I omega t equal to I0 t equal to root 2 v upon z into sine omega t minus phi plus I0 to pi plus root 2 v upon z sine beta phi e to power omega t upon 10 pi for 0 to omega t 0 to pi, and IO 2 phi equal to root 2 v upon z sine pi and 1 plus e to power pi upon 10 pi divided by e to pi upon 10 pi minus e to minus pi upon 10 pi. So where z equal to r square plus omega l square and to power half and pi equal to omega l upon r. So during the period your omega t pi to 2 pi, when the supply current is 0, the filling diode current and hence the load current are given as. So I0 omega t equal to IDF equal to I01 pi e to power minus omega t minus pi divided by 10 pi from pi to 2 pi, and for I01 pi equal to I02 pi e to power pi minus 10 pi. So for discontinuous load current, the filling diode IDF falls to 0 before the rectifying diode recommences the conduction, and the appropriate integration gives the average diode current as ID1 equal to V upon root 2 pi r in bracket 2 minus e into bracket 1 plus e to power pi minus pi upon 10 pi into sine square phi, and IDF equal to I0 minus ID1. So that is V upon root 2 pi r in bracket 1 plus e to power minus pi upon 10 pi into sine square phi. So in the above figure, it will be seen that although the load current can be continuous, the supply current is discontinuous and therefore has a high harmonic current. The output voltage for S is V0 plus V1 plus Vn. That is the 2, 4, 6 are the even harmonics in the output voltage, and V equal to root 2 V upon pi plus root 2 V upon pi sine omega minus root 2 V upon pi n equal to 4, 6 to infinity upon n square minus 1 into cos n omega t. So dividing each harmonics output voltage by component load corresponding impedance at the given frequency gives the harmonic output voltage and the RMS current. IRMS equal to VRMS upon V, IN equal to Vn upon Zn equal to Vn upon R plus Jn omega L, or equal to Vn upon under root R square plus n omega L square. So IRMS equal to I0 square plus your n equal to 1 2 4 6 summation of all divided by half and IN square. So now taking a single phase uncontrolled half wave with battery in the load, I mean for simple low rating battery charging, so you can see how the voltage waveform and current waveform are there, supply as well as the typically the current flowing into the typically in the battery, and the voltage across the inductor and the voltage across the diode. So as shown in the figure, the diode begins to conduct T1 when the base exceed ED, the battery voltage current reaches its peak value at T2 and reaches to 0 at T3, and T3 is determined by the requirement that the second area equal to the area B in the plot of VL shown in last figure, and the voltage across the diode is shown in the figure D. So now coming to battery charger with the single phase uncontrolled half wave converter. So normally we reduce the voltage and then use simple diode, I mean half wave, for charging the battery. So that is very common in many, and you can clearly see the waveform. It conducts only for very short period in positive half cycle from alpha to beta, where alpha beta are decided by the value of battery voltage. So angle alpha diode start conducting can be Vm sin alpha equal to E or alpha equal to sin inverse E upon Vm, and diode D1 turn off when Vs is less than E at beta equal to 5 minus alpha. So average charging current is IDC equal to 1 upon 2 pi alpha to beta Vm sin omega t minus E upon R T omega t, or equal to 1 upon 2 pi R in bracket 2 Vm upon cos alpha plus 2 A alpha minus pi I E for beta equal to 5 minus alpha, and RMS battery current is IRMS square 1 upon 2 pi alpha to beta Vm sin omega t minus E square divided by R square d omega t equal to 1 upon 2 pi R square in bracket Vm square by 2 plus E square into pi minus 2 alpha plus Vm square by 2 sin 2 alpha plus minus 4 Vm E cos alpha. So now coming to single phase full wave converter, as you can see in the circuit, in case of full wave uncontrolled, we use the center tap transformer, and the typically for the performance for resistive load with full wave. So here you can say fully rectified. So VDC equal to 2 upon T 0 to T by 2 Vm sin omega t, that's come to Vm upon pi, or 0 to 0.6366 Vm, and VRMS equal to 2 upon pi 0 to T by 2 Vm sin omega t square dt root, and that is becomes Vm upon root 2, that is 0.707 Vm, and IRMS is VRMS upon R, that is 0.707 Vm upon R. and the typically PDC equal to 0.6366 Vm square by R and PSC is 0.706 Vm square by R. So efficiency is PDC upon PSC, that is 81%, and form factor is 0.707 Vm upon 0.6366 Vm, that is 1.10, and ripple factor under root 1.1 square minus 1, that is 48.2%, and RMS voltage of the transformer second is Vs equal to Vm by root 2 equal to 707 Vm, and the RMS value of the transformer secondary current is Is equal to 0.5 Vm upon R, and the volt ampere rating of the transformer VA equal to 2 Vs Is equal to 2 into 0.70 Vm into 0.5 Vm upon R, and the transformer utilization PDC upon 2 Vs Is, so that becomes putting value 57.32%, and the peak inverse reverse blocking voltage PIV equal to 2 Vm, and Is peak equal to Vm upon R, and Is equal to 0.707 Vm upon R. So crush factor of input current is CF equal to Is peak upon Is, so that is 1 upon 0.707, that is root 2, and input power factor of the resistive load can be found out PF equal to PSC upon VD. So putting the value to come 0.707. The note 1 upon transform utilization factor equal to 1 upon 0.573, that is 1.75, signify that the input transformer if present must be 1.7 times larger than the when it is used to deliver power from pure sine wave, and the rectifier has a ripple factor of 48%, rectification efficiency of 81%. Now coming to the behavior with the single phase bridge uncontrolled bridge converter, and here the typically are the waveform for resistive load. So VDC equal to M upon pi, that is 0.6366 Vm, and IDC is VDC upon R, that is 0.633 Vm upon R. So these are of course a comparison between the single phase full wave rectifier and center tape and bridge rectifier for all the parameters like including utilization, all what we calculated. Here is the table for comparison. So now coming to single phase bridge converter with constant load current and with a very high inductive load, maybe a DC motor with a large inductor or large RL load. So here you can see how the supply current is typically the square wave and fundamentally is in phase the supply voltage, and you can see the load current constant. Now coming to Fourier analysis of this current waveform. So Is equal to IDC plus n to power 1 3 to infinity in bracket an cos n omega t plus bn sin omega t, where the IDC equal to 1 upon 2 pi 0 to 2 pi is d omega t, that is 1 upon 2 pi 0 to 2 pi IATT, that is equal to 0, and an equal to 1 upon pi or 2 upon 2 pi, that is 0 to pi is n cos omega t, that is equal to 1 pi 0 to pi IA cos omega t equal to 0, and bn equal to 1 upon pi 0 to pi is sin n omega t d omega t, so that is 2 upon pi 0 to pi IA sin n omega t into dt, that becomes 4 IA n upon pi, 4 IA upon n pi. So substituting the value n bn, the expression of input current is Is equal to 4 I upon pi in bracket sin omega t upon 1, sin 3 omega t by 3, sin pi omega t by 5, and so on. All the odd harmonics are present in, and the RMS value of fundamental component of input current is Is1 equal to 4 Ia divided by pi root 2 equal to 0.9 Ia, and the RMS value of input current is Is equal to 4 Ia upon pi root 2 in bracket 1 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 5 square plus 1 by 7 square plus 1 by 9 square, and to power half, that is equal to Ia, and harmonic factor of TAD equal to in bracket 1 upon 0.9 square minus 1 root, and that becomes 0.4843 or 48.43%. The displacement factor pi equal to 0 because of direct rectifier. Current is in phase with the fundamental current is in phase with the voltage, and DF equal to 1. So power factor is Is1 upon Is cos phi, that is 0.9, lagging because of harmonic. So coming to single phase bridge converter with RLE load, in this case you will just find the voltage appearing causes the current to flow only when your supply voltage is greater than the battery voltage and supply current. So the battery voltage E is added to develop generalized equation if Vs equal to Vm cos sin omega t root 2 Vs sin omega t is the input voltage. The load current IO can be found from LDI dt plus Ri plus E equal to root 2 Vs sin omega t for Is greater than 0, so which has the solution in form of I0 equal to root 2 Vs upon Z sin omega t minus pi plus A1 e to power minus R upon LT minus E upon R. So when Z equal to in bracket R square plus omega L square to power half, and load impedance angle phi equal to tan inverse omega L upon R, so where the VS equal RMS value of the input voltage. And case 1 for continuous load current as shown in the figure, constant A1 can be determined from the condition at omega t equal to 0, I equal to I. So A1 equal to in bracket I0 plus A upon R minus root 2 Vs upon Z into sin phi into e to power R upon L into pi upon omega. And substituting A1 in I0, so I0 equal to root 2 Vs upon Z sin omega t minus pi plus sin omega t minus theta plus in bracket I0 plus e to power e by R minus root 2 Vs upon Z sin theta in bracket and e to power R upon L into pi upon omega minus t minus e upon R. So under steady state condition, I0 at omega t equal to, that is I at omega t equal to pi, so that is I equal to omega t equal to I0 equal to root 2 Vs upon Z into sin theta sin theta plus 1 e to power minus R upon L pi upon omega divided by 1 minus e to power minus R upon L pi upon omega minus e divided by R for I greater than 0. And after substituting little I0 in small I0, so small I0 equals root 2 Vs upon Z in bracket sin omega t minus pi theta plus 2 upon 1 minus 2 power minus R upon L into pi minus omega into sin theta e to power minus R upon L into t in bracket and minus e upon R for omega t minus pi 0 to pi and I0 greater than 0. So diode current can be calculated IR equal to in the root 1 upon 2 pi 0 to pi I square d omega t to power half, and the RMS current can be determined by combining RMS current for each diode. So I RMS equal to under root I square plus I root 2 IR, and the average diode current is I equal to 1 upon 2 pi 0 to pi I0 d omega t. And for second case discontinuous load current, this is shown in figure D. The load current only flows during the period omega t, from alpha to beta. Let's define x equal to E upon Vm, that is E upon root 2 Vs, and the load supply load battery constant called voltage ratio, and this diode start conduction at the omega t equal to pi and alpha equal to sin inverse E upon Vm, and that is sin inverse x, and at omega t equal to alpha I0 t equal to 0 gives A1 equal to in bracket E upon R minus root 2 Vz upon Z Vs upon Z into sin alpha minus theta into e to power R upon L into pi upon omega. And after substituting A1 in I0, that is I0 equal to root 2 Vs upon Z sin omega t minus theta plus it in bracket E upon R minus root 2 Vs upon Z sin alpha minus theta e to power R upon L into alpha minus omega minus t minus e upon R. So after omega t equal to beta, the current passes to 0. So root 2 Vs upon Z sin beta minus theta in plus e in bracket E upon R minus p root 2 Vs upon Z sin alpha minus theta in bracket to e to power R upon L into alpha minus beta upon omega minus e upon R equal to 0. So dividing root 2 Vs upon Z and substituting R upon Z equal to cos theta and omega L upon R equal to tan theta. So sin beta minus theta equal plus x upon cos theta minus sin alpha minus theta it close e to power alpha minus beta upon tan theta minus x upon cos theta equal to 0. So beta can be determined from the above equation by using the iterative method. And the diode RMS current can be calculated IR equal to in bracket 1 upon 2 pi alpha to beta I0 square d omega t is to power half, and average diode current ID equal to 1 upon 2 pi alpha equal to beta I0 d omega t. The boundary condition for discontinuous current can be found out by setting I0, which can be solved for the voltage ratio x, and diode be rectified with the DC load like with the kind of battery, so that is equivalent, and how your typically the current in the load and average current and the inductor voltage is there, and how typically the normalized ID versus VD and rectified with constant DC voltage, and this is the total harmonic distortion displacement power factor with constant DC voltage, and this is normalized VD and curve factor with constant DC voltage. So now coming to the single phase converter with the voltage doubler circuit, as you can see it's very interesting and have application that you can have with a 115 volt or input for 230 volt for the same output DC voltage. So if it is 115, we close the switch. If it is 230, we open the switch. So in many applications, the input line voltage magnitude may be insufficient to meet the DC voltage requirement. So the equipment may be required to operate with a line voltage of 115 as well as 230, and this voltage doubler is used to avoid the voltage S type of transformer. In 230 position, a line voltage of 230, the circuit is similar to the full wave bridge rectifier discussed earlier, and with the switch in 115 position and the line voltage of 115, the each capacitor gets charged approximately peak of the input AC voltage, and capacitor C1 is charged through diode D1 during the positive half cycle, and C2 charged through D2 during negative half cycle, and this mode the circuit operates as a voltage doubler. So now coming to typically a single phase converter calculation for C filter in the output voltage. So if we put a C filter here, you can just see how the typically the equivalent circuit is there with the VM and capacitor and equivalent resistive load, and how the output voltage is a segment of, so you can call it the typically the your ripple voltage. I mean, typically, I mean, only diode conduct for very short period. I mean, when the you can call it your voltage output is, let's say, lesser than the supply voltage, and these are typically the equivalent circuit. So we can say here the calculation for C filter, so 1 upon C equal integration I0 dt plus Vc at t equal to 0 plus Ri equal to 0. So with an initial condition Vc t equal to Vm, give the discharge current as I0 equal to Vm upon R e to power minus t upon RCE. The output or capacitor voltage VO during the discharge period can be found 0 V0 equal to Ri I0 or equal to Vm e to power minus t upon RCE. The peak to peak voltage ripple can be found out VRR equal to V at t equal to T1 minus V0 at t equal to T2, that is equal to Vm minus V to power e to power minus T2 upon RC, that is equal to Vm in bracket 1 minus e to power minus T2 upon RC, or VRR, the ripple voltage VRPP, that is equal to Vm in bracket 1 minus 1 plus T2 upon RC, or equal to Vm T2 upon RC, or Vm upon 2F RCE. So therefore average load voltage is given by assumed by T upon 2F. So VDC equal to Vm minus VRR by 2, that is Vm minus Vm upon 4F RCE. So thus the RMS output ripple voltage AC can be found out approximately VAC equal to VRR upon 2 under root 2, that is Vm upon 4 root 2 F RCE. The ripple RF factor can be found out RF equal to VAC upon VDC, and that is Vm upon 4 pi 4 into root 2 F RCE into 4 F RCE Vm in bracket 4 F RC minus 1, and that becomes 1 upon under root 2 in bracket 4 F RC minus 1, which can be solved for C. So C equal to 1 upon F R in bracket 1 plus 1 upon root 2 RF. Now going single phase converter calculation, C filter limit the output voltage ripple example. So a single phase bridge rectifier is supplied with 120 volt 60 Hz source. The load resistance is 500 ohm. Design a capacitor filter so that ripple of the ripple factor of output voltage is less than 5%. B, with the value of capacitor in part A, calculate the average voltage VDC. So C equal to 1 upon 4 FR in bracket 1 plus 1 upon root 2 RF, and typically putting value it comes 126.2 microfarad, and the VDC equal to Vm minus Vm upon 4 FRC, and putting value it comes like 158.49 volt. So now coming to calculation of output LC filter. To make it easier, nth harmonics ripple current to pass through the filter capacitor, the load impedance must be large enough than that of the capacitor. So you can see how LC filter and then the load. So in this case, under root R square plus n omega L square must be much greater than 1 upon n omega CE, or under root R plus n omega equal to approximately 10 divided by n omega CE. So under this condition, the effect of load is negligible. The RMS value of the nth current appear on the output can be found by using a voltage divider rule and express as V on equal to absolute value of minus 1 upon n omega C divided by n omega LE minus 1 upon n omega C into VNH, or equal to absolute value minus 1 upon n omega square LEC minus 1 and multiplied VNH. So the total amount of ripple voltage due to the all harmonics is VAC equal to in bracket and to n equal to 246 to infinity V1 square to power half. So for the specified value of VAC and with the value of CE, the value of LE can be computed. So we can specify the computation by considering only the dominant harmonic. So that is Vs equal to VO2 equal absolute value of -1 divided by 2 omega square Le C minus 1 into V2H, and we found that second harmonic is dominant and its RMS value is V2H equal to 4 Vm upon 3 in bracket 3 root 2 pi, and its DC 2 Vm upon pi, and that is under root R square plus 2 omega L square equal to 10 2 omega C equal to 10 upon 4 pi f under root R square plus 2 omega L square, and that value of ripple capacitor can be calculated, ripple factor for this. So RF equal to VSC upon H, that is VO2 upon VTC equal to V2H upon VTC divided by 1 upon 4 pi f square LEC minus 1. So now an LC filter as shown figure is used to reduce the ripple of the output voltage for a single phase full wave rectifier. So load resistance is R 40 ohm and the load inductance is 10 ohm and the source frequency is 60 Hz or 377 radian per second. So it determines the value of L in C so that ripple factor is 10%. So you can see the equivalent circuit how after diode rectifier LC bit is used with the load. So C equal to typically putting value in the formula 10 upon 4 pi under root R square plus 2 omega L square, that comes 326 microfarad, and ripple factor VSC upon VDC, and putting value in this it comes 0.1 and 4f square in LEC minus 1, that is 4.7. So LE comes 30.83 millihenry, and the equivalent circuit for nth harmonics is shown here. When XL becomes n omega Li, XC becomes 1 upon omega HC, and with the current source, so RMS value of nth harmonics current appearing in the supply is obtained by using the current divider rule. So ISN equal to in bracket 1 upon n omega C divided by n omega Li minus 1 upon n omega Ci into INH equal to absolute value of 1 upon n omega square Li Ci minus 1 to INH, where INH is the RMS value of the nth harmonic current. The total amount of the harmonics contained in the supply line is IH equal to your n to power 232 infinity ISN square to power half, and the harmonic factor R equal to IH upon IS1. So in bracket if we put n equal to infinity, so ISN upon IS1 square to power half, and I1 H equal to 4 pi upon root 2 pi, and INH equal to 4 I upon root 2 NH pi for n 3 5 to 7 all odd harmonics. I square your n 3 to 5 square ISN upon I1 square are equal to your n 3 5 7 to infinity in absolute value of omega square Li Ci minus 1 square divided by n square in bracket n omega square Li Ci minus 1 2 square. So this value can be solved for the Li and Ci. Now coming to single phase semi-control converters. The single phase semi-control converter, after that, so we use the freewheeling diode, and this is effective when we have an inductive load, and these are typically the full wave semi-control converter. Then full wave single phase semi bridge converter, with the freewheeling diode, and you have a RLE load. So this become effective when you have inductance in the load, and typically these are the typical waveform of the current and typically the output voltage. You can see the different current waveform of all components and typically the supply current and output voltage. So coming to typically VDC to our average output voltage 2 upon 2 pi is alpha 2 pi Vm sin omega t d omega t equal to Vm upon pi in bracket minus cos omega t alpha 2 pi equal to Vm upon pi 1 in bracket 1 plus cos alpha, and Vrms equal to in bracket 1 2 upon 2 pi alpha 2 pi Vm square sin square omega t to power 2 half or equal to Vm upon root 2 in bracket 1 upon pi in bracket 1 pi minus alpha plus sin 2 alpha upon 2 to power half, and Ist equal to A0 plus N1 to infinity in bracket Im cos n omega t plus Vn upon t, where A0 equal to 1 upon 2 pi alpha 2 pi as Ist d omega t, and putting the value it comes 0, and An equal to 1 upon 2 pi or 2 upon 2 pi 0 to alpha 2 pi as cos n omega t, and putting value it comes minus 2 I upon n pi sin alpha for n equal to 135, and for even harmonics it is 0 for Bn again 1 upon 2 pi 0 alpha 2 pi is sin omega t, and putting the value it comes 2 I upon n pi 1 plus cos n alpha for odd harmonics and equal to 0 for even harmonic. And now Ist equal to n equal to 135 to infinity root 2 Isn sin n omega t plus phi n, where phi n is tan inverse n Bn minus n alpha by 2 and the RMS value of nth harmonic component of input current is ISN equal to 1 upon root 5 in bracket AN square plus BN square power half or equal to 2 root 2 IA upon n pi cos n alpha by 2, and the RMS value of fundamental current is IS1 equal to 2 root 2 IA upon pi cos alpha by 2, and input RMS current can be calculated IS equal to in bracket n equal to 1 to infinity ISN to power half. And IS can also be determined directly. IS equal to 2 upon, in bracket 2 upon 2 pi alpha 2 pi IA T2 square to power half or equal to IA in bracket 1 minus alpha by pi to power half, and a harmonic factor in bracket as IS upon IS1 is minus 1 to power half, or I have factor in bracket pi into pi minus alpha divided by 4 1 plus cos alpha minus 1 to power half, and DF displacement factor cos phi 1 equal to cos minus alpha by 2, and PR factor IS1 upon IS cos alpha by 2 that is equal to root 2 1 plus cos alpha divided by under root divided by bracket pi into pi minus alpha to power half. Now coming to single phase fully controlled converter. This is a single phase fully controlled half wave converter. This is a single phase full wave converter, and this single phase bridge converter, and this is single phase dual converter. And taking a single phase half converter, you can clearly see with the load and the inductive load how the waveforms are there. So VDC here is 1 upon 2 pi alpha to pi Vm sin omega t, that comes Vm upon 2 pi in bracket minus cos alpha cos omega t to power, and that becomes Vm upon 2 pi 1 plus cos alpha. And with the inductive, with the battery load with the inductor, series inductor, how the waveforms are there and current and typically the voltage across the thyristor. So Vrms equal to 1 upon 2 in bracket 1 upon 2 pi alpha 2 pi Vm square sin omega t to power half, that is equal to in bracket m square upon pi alpha 2 pi in bracket 1 minus cos 2 omega t to power half, and equal to Vm upon 2 in bracket 1 upon pi in bracket I minus alpha plus sin 2 alpha by 2 to power half. And coming to single phase full wave with behave center tape and 2 thyristors, 1 conductor half cycle, and how the waveforms are there for different load currents as well as supply current and the voltage output and the thyristor voltage. So here the average voltage VDC equal to 1 pi alpha 2 pi plus alpha Vm sin omega t equal to 2 Vm upon 2 pi in bracket minus cos omega t alpha 2 pi plus alpha equal to 2 Vm upon pi cos alpha, and RMS value of the output was Vrms equal to in bracket 2 upon 2 pi alpha 2 pi plus alpha Vm square sin omega t to power half, and that is in bracket Vm square by 2 pi alpha 2 pi plus alpha 1 minus cos 2 omega t to power half, and that is Vm by root 2 that is equal to Vs. And this is a normalized Vd versus alpha, how the output voltage varies typically with the alpha, and it goes in inverting mode. Of course, this is valid for constant and continuous current, and then taking a typically pure supply current with the delay of firing alpha, how fundamental RMS current. So harmonic spectrum of this and how the real and reactive power are there, and apparent power in this case with the varying firing angle, and how the waveform is discontinuous current, and how this Vd versus Id in case of single phase thyristor current for different firing angle, and how the waveform with converter works with the inverter with the firing angle more than 90 degrees for continuous DC current. So this is typically fully controlled converter with of course RLE load. So model is valid for alpha to pi plus alpha. If V equal to 2 root Vs sin omega t, the input voltage, the load current IL model can be find out mode 1. So L DIL plus dt plus RIL plus equal to root 2 Vm Vs sin omega t for I equal to greater than 0, which can have a solution of IL equal to root 2 Vs upon Z sin omega t minus theta plus A1 e to power minus RL upon L into T minus E upon R, where Z equal to in bracket R square plus omega L square to power half, and load impedance angle theta equal to tan inverse omega L upon R, where Vs is the RMS value of the input voltage, and case 1 is a continuous load current as shown in the figure. A1 can be determined from the condition omega t equal to alpha, IL equal to IL0. So A1 equal to in bracket IL0 plus E upon R minus root 2 Vs upon Z sin alpha minus theta into E to power R upon L into pi upon omega, and substituting A1 in I0 results IL equal to root 2 Vs upon Z sin omega t minus theta plus in bracket IL0 plus E upon R minus root 2 Vs upon Z sin alpha minus theta bracket close E to power R upon L into alpha minus omega minus T minus E upon R. So under steady state I0 at omega t pi plus alpha become IL1 equal to IL0. So IL0 equal to IL1 equal to root 2 Vs upon Z in bracket minus sin alpha minus theta minus sin alpha minus theta e to power r upon L into pi upon omega divided by 1 e to power minus r upon L to pi upon omega minus e to power r for IL greater than 0. The critical value of alpha can be found out from above equation. So thyristor RMS current can be found out IR equal to in bracket 1 upon 2 pi alpha 2 pi plus alpha IL square d omega t to power 2 bracket to power half, and the RMS current can be determined combining the IRMS equal to I square IR square, that is root 2 IR, and the average output current is 2 IA. And this is the single phase voltage control bridge converter with constant load current. I mean, if you have a constant load current, is a square wave, and with the alpha angle, it goes delay with the phi angle, and that is equivalent. So coming to the analysis of it, how the output voltage with and how the supply current. So VDC average output voltage is 2 upon 2 pi alpha 2 pi plus alpha Vm sin omega t d omega t, that is 2 Vm upon pi in bracket minus cos omega t alpha 2 pi, that becomes 2 Vm upon pi cos alpha, and the RMS voltage is given by VRMS equal to bracket 2 upon pi alpha 2 pi plus alpha Vm square sin omega t to power half, and becomes Vm upon root 2 into equal to Vs. And coming to supply current, Is equal to A0 plus N1 to 3 into T in bracket An cos sin omega t plus Bn sin omega t, where the A0 equal to 1 upon 2 pi alpha to 2 plus alpha pi, putting the value comes 0, and An, that is 2 upon 2 pi alpha to 2 pi plus alpha Is cos n omega t d omega t, and putting value it become minus 4 I upon n pi sin L for n for all odd harmonic and 1 to 3 5, and 0 for even harmonic 2 4 6, and Bn also 1 upon 2 pi alpha to 2 plus alpha Is sin omega t d, and putting value comes equal to 4 I upon n pi cos n alpha for n equal to odd or 1 3 5, and for even harmonics equal to 0 for 2 4 6. And then because A0 is 0, the input current can be written Is equal to n to power 135 to infinity root 2 In sin n omega t plus phi n, where phi n is tan inverse AB of An upon Bn equal to minus n alpha, and phi n is the displacement angle for nth harmonic. The RMS value of nth harmonic is Sn equal to 1 upon root 2 in bracket An square plus Bn square equal to 4 I upon root 2 n pi, that is 2 root 2 upon I upon n pi, and RMS fundamental is Is1 equal to root 2 I upon pi, and RMS value of supply current Is n equal to 1 3 pi to infinity to Isn square root, that is equal to Id. So Is can be determined directly from Is equal to in bracket 2 upon 2 pi alpha to 2 pi plus alpha I square d omega t to power half, that is Ia. Harmonic factor is in bracket Is upon Is1 square minus 1 to power half, that is 0.483 48.3%, and displacement factor is equal to cos phi 1, that is minus cos minus alpha, and power factor is Is1 upon Is cos minus alpha, that is 2 root 2 upon pi into cos alpha. And this is typically the your effect of source impedance in fully controlled rectifier with constant load current. And because of overlap angle, you lose little voltage during mu. And this is the dual converter. How the waveform are there, dual converter different firing, and it can operate in all forward and bidirectional current and bidirectional voltage. And the average voltage is VDC1 equal to Vm upon pi cos alpha, and VDC2 is 2 Vm upon cos alpha 2 for second converter, and one converter is rectifying, another is inverting. So VDC1 equal to minus VDC2. So cos alpha 2 equal to minus cos alpha 1, and that is cos pi minus alpha 1, or alpha 2 equal to pi minus alpha 1, or alpha 1 plus alpha 2 equal to pi. And the circulating current in dual converter is IR equal to 1 upon omega LR pi minus alpha 1 to omega t, or VR to omega t, and putting the value it comes here final 2 Vm upon omega LR in bracket cos alpha 1 to minus cos omega t for IR greater than 0, alpha equal to 0 to pi by 2, and IR less than 0 for pi by 2 alpha 1 pi by 2 to pi. Now coming to numerical example 1, is a circuit is connected as shown here in the figure 240 volt, neglecting the output or the determine the current waveform in voltage and the mean current of load current, pure resistive load of 10, inductive of 0 series with the 10 ohm. So supply voltage given as RMS V max equal to root 240 into root 2 339.4, and for load pure resistance the load current will be half wave rectified, so I max equal to V max upon R, that becomes 33.94 ampere, and VDC equal to V max upon pi, so it becomes 108 volt, and IDC VDC upon R, that becomes 10.8. ampere. And typically for in second case for RL load, Vmax equal to L di by dt plus Ri for I equal to 0 at t equal to 0. So putting the typical value for 339.4 sin 2 pi omega t equal to 0.91 at di by dt plus tan I. So using Laplace transform, become I equal to 9.81 e to power minus 10 100 t plus 10.29 sin 2 pi into 50 t minus 1.262. So solving the above equation, zero current condition give t equal to 0.0146 second, which give the angular displacement of angle of 265 degree, and VDC 1 upon 2 pi 0 to beta root 2 sin omega t, or I0 r or root 2 v upon 2 pi 1 minus cos beta. So VDC is 58.8 volt and IDC 58.8 divided by 10, that is 5.88 ampere. Now numerical example 2, in the circuit figure shown is 240 root 2 sin 2 pi 50 t, R equal to 10 ohm, L equal to 50, and we calculate the mean and RMS value of load voltage, V0 and VRMS, the mean value of load current and the current boundary condition, namely I01 and I20, the average prevailing diode current, hence the diode current. The mean value is given V0 equal to root 2 VI upon pi 108, load voltage V upon root 2, that is 169.7 volt, in output current is 108 by 10, that is 10.8, and the load impedance characterized Z equal to under root R square plus omega L square to power half to square root to 18.62, and 10 pi is omega L upon that, so pi equal to 157.5 degree, and IO 2 pi equal to root 2 Z upon sin 5 into 1 to e to power minus pi upon 10 pi divided by e to pi upon 10 pi minus e to power minus, that is 3.41 ampere, and I01 I20 e to power pi upon 10 pi, that becomes 25.22 ampere, and for I2 so greater than 0, so continuous conduction, so IDF equal to 1 upon 2 pi 0 to pi IDF omega t, or 1 upon 2 pi 0 to I01 e to power minus omega t pi and pi, and putting the value it comes 5.46 ampere. The average input current, which is rectifying diode current, is given I is equal to ID1 equal to I0 IDF equal to 5.34 ampere. Now coming to numerical example 3, the battery voltage in previous case is equal to 12 and capacity is 100 ampere hour, 100 watt hour, and the average charging current should be IDC equal to 5 ampere. The primary input voltage P equal to 120 60 hertz, and the transformer has a transfer of 2 to 1. Calculate the conduction angle delta of the diode and the current limiting resistance R and the power rating PR of R, the charging time H0 in hours, and rectifier efficiency and the PI. So equal to 12, P equal to 120, Vs equal to Vp upon N, that is 120 upon 260 volt, and Vm upon root 2 upon Vs, that is 84.85, and alpha equal to sin inverse E upon Vm, that becomes your 8.13 degree, and beta equal to pi minus alpha, so it becomes 171.87, and the conduction angle delta beta minus alpha, that becomes 160.74. The average current IDC is from this IDC equal to 1 upon 2 pi alpha to beta Vm sin over t minus E upon R. So putting the value, of course 1 upon 2 pi R in bracket 2 Vm cos alpha plus 2 alpha minus pi E, or beta equal to pi minus alpha, so which gives the R equal to 1 upon 2 pi IDC in bracket 2 Vm cos alpha plus 2 E alpha minus pi, so it comes 4.26 ohm, and battery RMS current is RMS equal 1 upon 2 pi alpha to beta Vm sin over t minus E square divided by R square. Putting the value, it comes your 8.2 ampere, and the power rating of R is PR equal to 8.2 square into 4.2 to 86.4 watt, and power delivered to battery is P DC equal to E IDC, that is 60 watt, and HPDC equal to 100, so it becomes H becomes like 1.667 hour, and the rectifier efficiency is power delivered to battery divided by total power, so it becomes PDC upon PDC plus PR, that is 17.32%, and peak inverse voltage of that V in plus E, that is your 96.85 volt. Now coming to example 4, a highly inductive DC load requires 12 ampere at 150 volt from 240 volt single phase AC supply. Given design details for the requirement is by phase, half wave, and bridge connection. Assume E diode have a voltage of 0.7 volt. Make the comparison between two circuit. So one is a full wave, another is the bridge configuration, of course with the transformer. So case 1 is V min equal to 150, that is 2 Vm minus Vmax minus 0.7, so Vmax comes to 36.7 volt. Hence each section of transformer requires RMS voltage of equal to 236.7 by root 2, 167.4 volt, and carries a RMS current of 12.2, that is 8.5 ampere, and transformer secondary rating is 2 into 167.4 into 8.5, so 2.8584 kVA, and transformer voltage ratio is 240 by 167.4, and the transformer is a square wave control, which becomes 8.4, and PRV of diode is 2 VMA 474 volt, and RMS is 12 by root 2, that is 8.5 ampere. And case 2 is bridge connection, so that is V mean equal to 150, 2V5 minus 2 into 0.7, so V max becomes 237.8 volt, and transformer secondary RMS voltage is typically 237.8 divided by root 2, 168.2 volt, and secondary current waveform is square wave of 12 ampere, and the current level is RMS is 12 ampere. Transformer secondary rating is 168.2 into 12, that is 2.02 kVA, and the transformer voltage rating 240 divided by 168.2, and the transformer primary current is square wave of 12 into 168.2 divided by 240, 8.4 ampere, and PRV of diode Vmax is 238, and IRMS is 12 by 2, 8.5 ampere. Comparing the two circuit, bridge is superior in transformer size and diode voltage rating requirement, and the diode losses 0.7 divided by 150.47 for load power compared to 1.4 157.90 in case of second. Now coming to numerical example 5, the single phase full wave rectifier has L equal to 6.5 millihenry, R equal to 2.5 ohm, and equal to 10 volt. The input voltage is Vs equal to 120 volts at 60 Hz. Determine the steady state load current I0 at omega t equal to 0, and the average diode current ID, and the RMS diode current IR, and the RMS load output current IRMS. So solution is L 6.5, R equal to 2.5 equal to 10, Vs equal 120, F equal to 60 Hz. So Z equal to R square plus omega square root 3.5 ohm, and tan theta equal to n inverse omega L, so that is 44.43 degree. And the steady state load current at omega t equal to I0 equal to 32.8 ampere. At I0 is greater than 0, it is continuous conduction mode. Calculate I0 from average current ID equal to 19.61, and I0 comes to 2 S upon Z in bracket sin omega t minus theta plus 2 upon 1 e to power r upon L pi upon sin theta e to power r upon L into t minus e upon r for omega t minus theta 0 to pi, and I0 greater than. So by numerical integration I0 we get IR equal to 28.5 ampere, and RMS current we get root 2 IR, that is 40.3 ampere. Coming to example, numerical example 6, a single phase diode rectifier drawing the 0.88 displacement factor, AC current at 0.8 displacement, and TID of 80%. It is drawing 1500 watt at 230 volt, 50 Hz. Calculate the power factor and RMS current. Current factor of current is 3.5. So displacement factor is 0.88. Total harmonic distortion 0.8. So distortion factor is 1 upon TID square plus 1, that becomes 0.7808. Power factor DF into dPF, so it comes multiplication of both, so 0.68476. IRMS P upon V into PF. So given P 1500, V 230, so IRMS is from this 9.49079, and correct factor 3.5, so IP become 3.5 into this IRMS, so that becomes 33.21778 ampere. Coming to example 7, with single phase half wave semi converter. So a DC brush motor with separate excitation shown in the figure is with the data K E lambda P equal to omega 2 Weber, R equal to 5 ohm, L equal to 0.1 Henry. Is fed through thyristor as shown in figure from single phase AC source, P equal to V1 cos sin 1 omega t, 120 into root 2, 376.8 t. Motor speed considered at n equal to 750. Calculate the motor current IA time variation for delay angle alpha equal to 30, how the motor voltage VA varies in time, and how IA varies in presence of link diode in parallel with the motor armature, and thyristor and diode are considered to be ideal. So for omega t greater than alpha, the discontinuous current is VA equal to RA IA plus LA di by dt plus KE lambda P into N, and steady state solution is IAP equal to A plus B cos omega 1 t plus C sin omega t, and finally IAP minus Ke lambda P n upon RA plus B1 upon the root RA square plus omega 1 square LA into sin omega 1 t minus gamma is tan inverse omega 1 LA divided by RA, and complete solution is I equal to T equal to IAP plus A into e to power T upon Rn upon LA plus beta, and for T equal to T1 alpha upon 5, that is putting value 1.38 into 1 power minus 3, I equal to 0, so gamma comes tan inverse 82.44 ampere, and from the current becomes corresponding to this your 3.157 ampere, and that your K into lambda P n upon R equal to 2.15 equal to divided by 5, that is 5, typically 5 ampere, and A equal to, putting the value, it comes like your 8.4 ampere, and finally I equal to 804 e to power 50 t minus 5 plus 3.157 sin in 378 t minus 1.4 3281. Now example 7, single phase half wave semi converter. The above equation is valid for omega 1 t greater than pi by 6 until the current becomes 0 after omega 1 t. So motor voltage is equal to the source voltage as long as thyristor is on, and EM becomes equal to EA equal to KPN. So 2 into 12.5, that's 25, and the motor current is 0. So in presence of filling diode, the latter start conducting when becomes omega 1 t equal to pi. So from now the motor current IA flows the throw diode until it becomes 0. So 0 equal to IA plus LDI dt plus KE lambda Pn. So IA dash equal to minus KE lambda Pn divided by RA plus A dash e to power minus T dash of RA upon T, and putting IA dash pi, so putting the value, it comes 12.78319, and thus IA dash equal to minus 0.5 plus 12.783 to power minus 50 T dash, and the current IA dash equal to 0 for omega 1 T 7.07 degree. The motor voltage becomes 0 during the interval when the freewheeling diode is conducting 180 degree to 180 degree plus 7.07 degree. Now example 8, single phase bridge semi converter. So a DC motor supply through a single phase semi converter has a constant speed and motor current is constant. So I equal to 3 ampere, R equal to 5 ohm, K I equal to Weber, and V equal to 120 into root 2 sin omega 120 pi t, and with alpha equal to 5 by 4, determine the time waveform for voltage at motor terminal along with the thyristor and diode, and current waveform, calculate the RMS value of current, diode, thyristor, and from AC supply, determine the motor voltage, value dependence its maximum value, calculate the RMS AC supply current, fundamental and phase shift with respect to the solution. The filter inductance LA is large, motor current is considered constant, and thyristor T1 T2 conduct for the positive applied voltage across 180 degree to minus alpha, then by diode D1 D2 conduct from 180 plus alpha degree. So all currents are rectangular. Why the motor voltage is either positive or negative, as shown in the typically in the figure. So now the RMS value of the current of thyristor IT 13 under root 1 up 2 upon 2 pi 0 to pi IT square d omega t. Putting value, it comes 1.837, and the diode current is ID1 3 under root 1 upon 2 pi L 0 to pi plus alpha IA square d omega t, and putting value, it comes 2.737 ampere. And the primary RMS current I1 under root 1 upon pi 0 to alpha I square d omega t, putting value, it comes to 598, and the motor average voltage V average equal to 1 upon 2 pi alpha to pi VA active, and typically it comes V1 root 2 pi 1 plus cos alpha for alpha equal to 5 by 2, so it becomes average value 91.98 volt, and maximum average voltage of 10 for alpha equal to 0 to VR, so it becomes 107.77 volt. And the AC RMS current is I1 V equal to 1 upon pi 0 to pi, putting value become 4 upon pi V IA cos V alpha by 2. So I1 fundamental is 4 upon pi 3 cos pi 2, that is 3.3313 ampere. The input displacement factor is cos pi 1, refers to cos of angle, AC voltage and current fundamental, and the pi 1 becomes alpha by 2, that is pi by 8, and if VF is cos pi 1, that is 0.9238. So power factor is I1 cos pi 1 divided by root 2 I1, so it becomes 0.84. Coming to example 9, single phase half wave converter has connected to purely resistive load of R and delay angle of pi by 2. Determine the rectification efficiency, form factor, the ripple factor, the transform situation, peak inverse voltage of thyristor T1. So delay angle is alpha equal to pi by 2, and VDC equal to Vm by 2 pi into 1 plus 2 gas alpha, that becomes 1.1592 Vm. IDC equal 0.15 Vm upon R. VDC can be varied from Vm by 2 to 0 by varying alpha 0 to pi. So average output voltage becomes when alpha equal to 0 max. So maximum output voltage VTM equal to Vm upon pi. Normalizing the output voltage with to VDM, as output voltage Vn equal to VDC upon Vm, that is 0.5 1 plus cos alpha equal to 0.5. So PRMS equal to 0.3536 Vm, and IRMS is 0.3536 Vm upon R. PDC, VDC, IDC, the will become 0.1592 Vm square by R, and PS equal to VRMS, RMS, that is 0.3536 Vm square upon R. So eta equal to efficiency PDC upon PSC. Putting value, it comes 20.727, and form factor VRMS upon VDC, that becomes 2.1, that's a 220.1, and ripple factor is f square minus 1, so it becomes 1.98, and RMS voltage of transformer secondary Vs equal to Vm by root 2, that is 0.70 Vm. RMS value of transformer secondary current is the same as load current, so Is equal to 0.3536 Vm upon R. So if the volt ampere rating of the transformer secondary base Is equal to 0.707 Vm into 0.3536 Vm upon R, that transformer utilization VDC upon VSIS, that is 0.1014, and 1 by TF equal to 9.86. So power factor approximately equal to TF, thus power factor is 0.1014, and peak inverse voltage Vm. Coming to numerical example 10, consider a single phase fully controlled bridge converter with a standard input voltage. Calculate the firing yield, distortion factor, displacement power factor, percentage VD is equal to 0.75 VD0, where VD is the DC output at alpha equal to 0. So for solution for fully bridge converter with standard input current, VD is equal to 0.75 VD0, so VD equal to V0 cos alpha, and the cos alpha 0.75, and DPF is cos alpha 0.75, and the alpha equal to 41.4096 degree, and distortion factor 0.9, power factor is DPF and DF into DF, that is 0.675, and TAD is 48.43%. And these are the references which are used for developing this material, and thank you.